are directly connected with their early, formative experiences with money. So the first step towards financial freedom is a step back in time to the earliest experiences you can recall when money meant something to you, when you truly understood its power, when you understood that money was money. I want you to think back and see that your attitude, your fears, your feelings about money today can almost certainly be traced to an incident, possibly forgotten until now, from your past. For example, take the story of one of my clients. Suzanne came to a financial planner for the same reason that brings many people, because she didn't want to deal with her money. Her earliest memories about money helped explain why. She had learned that what money buys is nothing compared to what it takes away. She told me this story. At the end of first grade, my father said, "How would you like to go and live on the Great Lakes?" I didn't even know what Great Lakes meant, but I said no. I wanted to stay in Virginia, where we were. He said, "Too bad, we're moving anyway," but that it would be great because we'd have more money. The moving truck came, and that was that. All my friends were waving from the driveway, and I remember just sobbing and sobbing as we drove away. My father kept getting promoted, so we had to move every year, sometimes twice a year. And the reason always was more money. It was so hard in the new schools. My clothes were never right. The teachers would teach the subjects in all different ways. Old math in one school, new math in another. Plus, I had to make new friends each time. By the time I'd make them, it was time to go. Most of us leave a cluttered paper trail marking where our money went behind us. But Suzanne was unlike any other client I'd ever had. She had no debt. She rented a furnished house. No mortgage. She leased her car. She had no savings, no investments. Divorced with one son, she had come to see me about putting aside money for his education. I saw a woman alone with no money for emergencies or tomorrow. At 43, Suzanne was still living as if she might have to move that next day. She had turned her childhood message around and had come to believe instead that to keep away from pain, you keep away from money. Here's another story for you. Andy, another client of mine, anxieties about money stemmed from a very different memory, but they affected his life just as dramatically. He said, "When I was about 8, my mother gave me $10 to go to the bakery to buy bread. My grandparents and cousins were all coming to lunch, and this was a big deal. It was the first time that I got to go all that way by myself, down the block, turn right, then cross the street, all by myself, and one more block to the corner. I'd been there a million times, but never all by myself. And $10, it was an enormous amount of money. Mom told me how much the bread would probably cost and told me to keep the change in my pocket. There was all this trust in me, all this responsibility. And what did I do? Well, I lost it. The $10 bill, I just lost it. When I got to the bakery, no money in my pocket. I had no idea what could have happened to it. No idea. I was late getting home. I looked everywhere. My grandparents and cousins were already there when I got back. Everyone was in the kitchen. "Where's the bread, Andy?" my mom said. And I had to say I lost the money. The room grew so quiet. They were all just looking at me. I didn't get punished or anything. I think everyone knew how bad I felt, and there wasn't anything anyone could do. We had our lunch with the bread basket on the table, but without the bread. I was so overwhelmed by that loss, I think I never wanted to be in control of my money after that, Andy said, when he and his wife Leslie came to see me. Leslie had never heard his story before, and even Andy had forgotten about it until we did this exercise together. But after now, everything started to make more sense for both of them. They had come to me to talk about investing for the future, but the two of them could never agree on the kinds of investments they should make. Most of these disagreements ended up with one or the other of them storming out of the room, to the point where they decided they needed professional help. Leslie wanted to invest aggressively. In their early 40s, they were young enough, she felt, to take some risks. But Andy, on the other hand, was adamant about putting the money into a bank account where he said, "It'll be safe." He never understood why investing scared him.